the 16th of December 2021. So I just arrived outside of Covent Garden and it's now 11:55 a.m. I just came from class and I'm now gonna go to the Royal Opera House. I have arrived. It was literally like a 2-minute walk from the station. So this Royal Opera House was actually reconstructed 3 times. So the first time it was just a Covent Garden theatre, and then it remodeled into the Royal Italian Opera as an opera house. But because there was a fire in 1856, it destroyed the opera house, so then they reconstructed it again, and finally they changed the name to Royal Opera House, and the first show that played here was the Sleeping Beauty. So I've just been to the first floor, second floor, and third floor. And I realized there's nothing to see, but I can hear the sounds. And now I am in PH, which is Paul Hanlon Hall. And this is what it looks like. Oh, there's an orchestra here. And there's a restaurant. So the restaurant wasn't open, but there is also a little cafe down here, and there are like cakes and salads and stuff if you guys are hungry. And I'm gonna go up to see what they have. So I basically just went back up to the place where you saw there was an orchestra, but that is actually a private place, so I came back down again. And there's a shop here, and I think I'm gonna go to my next destination now. My next destination is Neal's Yard, as it is just 5 minutes away. I think I've been there before, but I've never vlogged it. Oh, there's a frozen Christmas tree here. I think I'm gonna take a photo here. So in the end, I didn't take a photo with the frozen Christmas trees, as I realized the tripod that I have couldn't stand still. But I realized there's a really beautiful Christmas tree. I've arrived at Neal Street, but I'm still a few minutes away from Neal Yard. And I walked past these beautiful decorations. So I think I'm gonna try and take a photo here. Vendale's Market. I think I'm meant to get something here, but I don't know. I'm gonna look around, see what there is. Oh, I think I remember what I was supposed to get here. Because I remember on my list I had curb at $7, but I don't remember what curb is. And I was just reading through these signs and I saw the word curb and it's a bar, but I don't actually drink, so I don't know why I had that on my list. But at least I came into $7 though, and I realized that it is one of the most recent markets, and if it weren't for markets then trade wouldn't have existed, because buying and selling goods are basically a trade. So that was something interesting that I learned. Let me read this as well to see if there are any other interesting things. So I learned that next to this $7 there is actually a sundial market as well, and they told us that we should stand on it and touch it and check how many dials it really has. So I think I'm gonna have some food here first. Like I'm gonna pick a restaurant, and then afterwards I'm gonna go to Sundials. And then it also told us about the 9 Elms, and it says it's like a housing stock now. So I think I'm gonna go check that out, and then I'm gonna go to the Neal's Yard. So I'll let you know when I picked a restaurant. And there's also a downstairs area as well. Oh, also there's a Christmas tree here. Oh, I think I can actually take a photo here with the Christmas tree. So the word curb actually was incubated in an ice cream van, and the idea was to seek out the most exciting street food talent and bring them together on the streets of London. But because London always rains, but actually for the past 12 weeks I've been here, the weather has been quite good. The weather can sometimes be quite awful. They decided to make it an indoor place, and actually this design is the same as the sundial one. Ooh, actually, I think, is this a better spot for photos? So in the end, I decided to go for the Japanese style fried chicken, but without any chili, because I fancied some Japanese food. This is in a restaurant called Yum Bun. There's also a vegan restaurant upstairs if any of you guys are vegan. So this is what my hot bun ended up like. Not gonna lie, I did not expect it to be this small, but it was £5, so it's kind of predictable that it was gonna be small, but this is definitely not gonna fill me up. Also, I am now inside a bookshop because there's a bookshop in the market and there's like way less people, so I came in here. So as soon as I came out of the market, I saw this Neal's Yard sign and I realized I was already at Neal's Yard. So I thought I might go into Neal's Yard first and then go to Sundials later and the 9 Elms. Oh, I also forgot to tell you that the bun, like, it was so small, like all the food kept falling out. But to be fair, I wasn't that hungry anyways, but if you're hungry, I wouldn't recommend you to go to that restaurant. And I want to see a photo of this, so I'm gonna take a photo as well. The Neal's Yard is literally this small, but this is also a photo spot place, so I'm gonna take a photo. Try to look for Sundial Market and 9 Elms. I think the Sundial Market is shut now because it doesn't show on Google Maps, and I realized 9 Elms is like 57 minutes away. So now I'm gonna go to the London Film Museum, and I walked past this really beautiful place. It's called the Shorts Gardens. So I'm gonna wait for when there are no cars around this roundabout and take a photo here. So I realized it's kind of hard to take a photo there because there's lots of people walking past, but I noticed an even prettier restaurant, so I'm just gonna take a photo here instead. By the way, I realized the London Film Museum is literally 2 minutes away from Royal Opera House, so you can actually go after you go to the Royal Opera House. But if I didn't go to the London Film Museum, I wouldn't have saw the Royal Opera House at this angle, and I think I'm gonna take a photo here now. So this is the Theatre Royal Drury Lane, and when I was looking for the London Transport Museum, which is right over there, I saw these beautiful Christmas trees. I noticed a prettier restaurant, so I'm just gonna take a photo here. Actually go into the London Film Museum because it's all Harry Potter stuff, and I never watched Harry Potter. So now I'm looking for the entrance for London Transport Museum. They told me that I had to turn left and left again, so I just turned left, but I haven't turned left again. Ooh, I missed this spot actually. Let me take a photo with this. So the museum for the London Transport is actually over here. So I'm now inside the museum, and the first thing I see is this Hammersmith Underground logo, and I actually haven't been to Hammersmith yet. I need to go there. And basically they gave us this Stamford trail, I think we have to look for stamps. And also, there's station names, but on the station names, apparently, there are some questions that I have to answer. Also, Santa is supposed to be on the ground floor, but I have no idea which floor I'm on now. So if I see Santa, I will film it. If I don't, then I won't film it. So Edward Hopkinson was the guy who designed the electric locomotives and equipment for the London Railway. They were the one who decided to use electric traction rather than cable haulage to move the trains. Apparently, the electricity for tube trains was generated by this steam. So there is actually a vehicle here, and apparently it's been closed for a long time due to COVID-19. So I'm gonna take a photo here. The first electric tube started at Stockwell in South London and was up until King William Street near London Bridge, and it was 3 miles long. Only the Waterloo and City and Central line opened at 1900s. It used to only cost 2 pence to take the tube, hence ages ago the tube would have another name called Twopenny Tube. So Oxford Street actually existed as early as December 1912, and even back then it was used for a fashionable department stores. And also there used to be a British Museum station, but obviously it's closed now. By the way, this is the very original Central London Railway line. So the Bakerloo line was actually opened in 1906. And the second underground that formed was the Piccadilly Tube. It ran from Finsbury's Park to Hammersmith and then connected from Holborn to Aldwych. And this is the first tube. So I think Leslie Green was the guy who designed 46 of our stations, but he only had a really short life. He worked for 10 years because he graduated when he was 22 and he died at 33. So this was the very first map designed by Harry Back. And it was designed in 1931, and then that was the second one, and then these are all the maps that ever got produced, and eventually they came to this map, which is the last one, produced in 2014. So for any of you who are curious, the Chancery Lane station actually opened in 1934 in June 25. This is where I'm currently living, but I never take this bus. Actually, I took bus 11 for the first time today, and I'm actually editing this on the 9th of January 2022. So I feel like I should take a photo here. So I learned that the Oyster card was first introduced in 1998, and the pay-as-you-go function was introduced in 2014, and since then lots of other countries use this pay-as-you-go function. So this is called the Smart Card Reader, and it is actually first founded in 1994 and was tested on London transport buses in Hanlon. Apparently, the women back in the day who wanted to become a woman conductor, they can't be less than 5 feet and they must be between 21 and 35. So during the First World War, London actually became a target for German bombs. So it's now 5:43 p.m. and they close at 6, and I just finished the first floor, so I think I'm gonna go back to the 7th market now, have dinner there because I'm kind of hungry, and then yeah, I'll let you know when I get to the 7th market. So there's actually a Jubilee market here, but I feel like it only sells clothes, doesn't sell any food. So I'm 3 minutes away from 7th market, and look at the Christmas lights at night. I am back in the bookshop again, and this is what my ramen looks like. So I just finished my food, and it took me about 27 minutes to eat. I was that hungry, and it actually tasted really good. There was like 4 pieces of chicken, and it was also really tasty. So I'm gonna end this vlog here because now I'm gonna go back to Covent Garden Station, which is 2 minutes away. So if you enjoyed this vlog, don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your friends, and let me know down in the comment section below if you ended up going to any of these places because of my vlog. And I'll see you all next Sunday with another traveling vlog or music related video. Bye!